ladies and gentlemen, we've got HX over here with another account review. And boy, oh boy, are some of these builds actually a little bit insane. I'm seeing some characters with 80% crit rate, 320% critical damage, and so I decided after a short little preview, why don't we go ahead and turn this one into a tuber? So with that, let's just get ourselves started with some of the characters that are on the overworld team. We've got our Zoni over here, and boy oh boy are her stats something to behold. Do keep in mind this is going to be an S3 Zoni, so she is actually going to have a 20% crit rate boost actually added onto her kit, 116 ER, which like might be enough, and a big old whopping 56% heavy attack damage. One of the better ones I've seen. Probably not a lot of wasted substats. Let's see how it all crumbled over here. Okay, first piece is, I mean, it doesn't get much better than this. The only thing you can pray for are higher rolls, but a lot of these are relatively high, like that 10.1% heavy attack damage bonus. Pretty middle of the road crit rate and crit damage, and then a nice 8.6% attack. Let's go ahead and take a look at this one over here. This is basically as offensive as it gets for subs. Missing crit rate, that's kind of the only thing. Kind of low crit, heavy attack roll, but then the attack is high. So, yeah, two very, very solid pieces. And now we got this one over here. The only wasted stat being the 470 HP, but otherwise we have attack percent and heavy attack damage bonus. Min roll on the crit, but you're not really complaining too much, especially when you're on Eternal Radiance, you know, the set that gives you 20% free crit rate. And now on this piece over here, we're actually missing a crit rate roll completely. But we're going to have ER, heavy attack, and critical damage. You're going to notice that heavy attack and attack seem to be on pretty much every single piece. And the missing crit rate doesn't matter too much when we have Zani's S2. Apparently, she's 92% crit rate with SK. And on this piece over here, we're going to have the double crit, ER, and heavy attack. So heavy attack is going to be on every single piece. And the only piece that's missing attack percentage is this one, the 1 cost. But the crit rate rolls are arguably pretty low on pretty much every single piece. 7.5, 6.3, 6.3, 6.3, and 0. So, yeah, that's, you know, 92% with SK, but still, it's still a little disappointing. It could have been easily 100 plus if we had rolled better. So yeah, that's gonna be the Zani. I'm pretty sure she does an absolutely shit ton of damage. 2.3k attack is a little bit wild. 2.37k, honestly. It rounds up to 2.4. That's pretty wild as a build. So first one right off the rip is a bit of a banger. Now we got the Camellia. And if you know anything about building Camellia, having 71% critical rate on this unit is kind of nuts because she doesn't have crit rate on the side part of her tree. And so that means these rolls at a baseline probably have to be pretty high. So let's take a look. Okay. Yeah, that's a 5 out of 5 right here. Yeah, it doesn't get much better than this. Could obviously wish for a higher crit rate roll, but I mean, it's a 5 out of 5 with ER, which she needs 120% of. Yeah, the only wasted roll here is a heavy attack damage bonus. But then we got the ER, double crit, high crit rate, and then basic attack on attack as well, which is solid. Then we got double crit, high crit rate, kind of low crit damage, but then ER again, and then basic attack damage bonus. I think we are overcapping on ER on this unit. Okay, we definitely are. We got the double crit, very, very high values, attack, pretty decent as well, and then ER again. Do keep in mind that once you're above like 120% on like certain units, there's no reason to have more ER. So functionally, he actually does have some wasted ER subs, or really more flexibility to min-max his pieces in the future. And then on this piece over here, we're gonna have crit damage, crit rate, attack flat, and attack percentage. So not as much basic attack as you might find on other builds, but with Camellia's weapon giving you 70% basic attack damage, it doesn't really matter too much. So yeah, that's two pretty insane builds right off the rip that we're seeing over here. Now let's check out the Jancy. All right, let's take a look at what the Jancy's got right over here. She's going to have a critical damage, resonant skill, crit rate, and crit damage. Yep, double crit, resonant skill, crit damage. Yep, you can't really complain too much over here. Just wish we had some attack subs, but that's that. Now we got Spectro with maxed out attack roll. Oh my god, this piece is insane. Yeah, these are close to max crit rate and crit damage with resonant skill and a maxed out attack sub. So, yeah, it doesn't get much better than this, guys. Just saying. We got a wasted basic attack damage roll, but then ER, resonant skill, and then double crit over here as well. Double crit with almost maxed out critical damage. Resonant skill again, and then ER. Okay, now we're at 120 ER on Jancy, I guess. That's cool. And then double crit, resonant skill with the maxed out crit damage roll. Okay, how much does she have? Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, that's pretty good in the stat menu. Yeah, 46% is quite good. And then when Jue's on the field, I believe this goes up to about 58%. Yeah, that's pretty good. Oh boy, these might be the best builds I've ever seen. Okay, so the Cantarella is on welfare. This is the thing, guys. We will get multiple sequence nodes of these characters. S2 Camellia, S3, S1, but we won't get String Master. Like, literally all we have is Phoebe's signature. Okay, I mean, I'm gonna be, why don't we just pull String Master if we're gonna get multiple sequence nodes of units like this? Like, huh? But yeah, it's pretty clear his, he shares like one set of Moonlit across all of his units. So we'll just see like what it looks like, I guess, over here. And then I guess we do, I'm about to vomit. I mean, it's good stats. It's good stats, but like we're using fucking Luminous him on just pull String Master, bro. Just pull String Master, bro. What are we doing here? What are we doing here, man? But yeah, this is what the build looks like. Clearly, it's relatively high investment. Looks fine. It is what it is. Now let's look at the Phoebe. Let's see what she's got. Okay, clearly, we just shared the Moonlit around on everybody. It's getting passed around more than... I'm not going to finish what I'm saying. Yeah, the stats are looking great over here. I do think she needs more ER, potentially. But having this crazy offensive subs doesn't really matter on the unit because, once again, Phoebe does no damage. Yeah, she does no damage. So that'll just be that. Now let's move on to the Carlotta. And boy, oh boy, is this quite the build. Is this quite the build? We're seeing 315% critical damage, 74.3% crit rate, and 2.464 attack. The only thing is, it's got 0 ER. So let's just see how it happened over here. We got the last dance at R1. How many sequence nodes do we have? We have 0. Maybe we should get more if this is how well the character's built. We got double crit, insane rolls, and attack, maxed out flat, and almost maxed out regular. We got double crit again, really high rolls, and then resonance skill, but the double defense. And then we got double crit again with massive rolls on the attack 3 cost. And then double crit again. Oh, this Carlotta is actually, this Carlotta is like fake. It's like, you guys know like that meme of Homer Simpson? He looks fit, but then like all his fat is just clipped behind his back. Yeah, that's like this Carlotta that has like a good crit ratio, but then every other sub is dog shit. Good crit ratio, but then every other sub is just fucking bad. Cause like, boo-boo, 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 and then boo-boo and boo-boo. Yeah, I mean, the rolls are exceptionally high. We have some of the most disgusting critical damage I've ever seen, but we don't have a single ER roll. Yeah, we don't have a single ER roll on the build. Crit and attack is all you need on her. You need at least 108% ER, even with Jeja. ER is needed on this unit. Believe me when I say that. You need at least 7, 8, 9% ER on the unit. If you do want a 0 ER Carlotta, it needs to be a Jeja on the Heron, and you have to time your Heron so that the attack hits during Carlotta's field time. So yeah, the coordinated set is pretty much better in like every single circumstance with this unit. But yeah, if you're perfectly fine with completely taking her damage, then yeah, you can run her on Moonlit and forgo 1 ER roll on your Carlotta's entire build. Literally 1 ER roll. Across 25 substats, 1 ER roll is what we don't want to do here. Because you also got to think about it this way. A big way for people to speed up Jeja's combo is to like dodge cancel the Heron. You cannot dodge cancel the Heron if you're trying to do it this way. Okay, so yeah. The Carlotta build, get an ER roll, bucko. Now we got the Shorekeeper. I mean, sure, it looks like she's busting. Let's see what we got. Fallacy of no return with double crit. HP is pretty much the only thing you want over here, though. Energy okay, I mean, it's a fucking Shorekeeper. She has high crit damage. She'll do just fine. We don't need to check her out.
The experiment begins.
Okay, yeah, all right, he's for the streets. The Jeja. She's not going to do any damage on Moonlit and Luminous him. That's why I'm saying pull String Master, because you'll be able to use String Master to build your Jeja and your Cantarella. And they're all kind of sharing the same Moonlit set. So the stats are going to be similar across the board. You can share the same critical damage forecast as well. So yeah, that's my recommendation for you as a whole. Now let's check out the Chang Li. She's for the streets as well. Okay, why is her crit damage so low? Okay, we got double crit resonance skill. Double crit with almost nothing. Yeah, we don't use this unit. We don't use this unit, do we? Yeah, yep. You don't use this unit. I almost quit the game because I pulled Chang Li. Her build seems to verify that 100%. Now let's check this out.
Let your guard down.
The Jian. He told me this Jian is absolutely nuts, but the stats do look a little bit strange. So let's see what we got going on over here. We got a double crit Okay. We got ER attack, double crit. Kind of low crit rate rolls, but everything else looks fine on a Nightmare Monkey. Double crit, double attack, and ER 6.8. And we got double crit attack and heavy attack. Okay. And then no critical damage. But we got ER and attack and heavy attack. Okay. And we got double crit and heavy attack. Okay, so we got heavy attack on almost every single piece. It's just missing from these two, but we have attack rolls to make up for it. And I think that this is the final build on the account. And he actually told me he wants me to demo out this Jian. Yeah, you got one piece over here that's a little bit disappointing, though. And yeah, the one costs do seem like the most mid overall in the build. So I guess let's just see what we got over here, man. Let's see how strong this Jian is.
I have experiments underway.
Put your money where your mouth is, bucko. Let's see. Let's see.
Finale.
Perish. Stay calm. Iron graft you knew.
Fury boils. I'm on my edge. Burn to
Yo, why does
ashes.
this guy do so much damage?
Let's do ready for battle. Fear no me your power. Break.
Oh, he might too rotate it, actually. God damn.
As you wish.
Loading. Astral modulation.
Fury boils. Inferno. Lend me your. Feel my wrath. Let's do your wide open. Listen, unstop. Another way.
Oh, we two rotate that for sure if this guy doesn't move. I mean, hey, now I gotta try it without him being a little fucking worm.
Break.
Diminish.
As you wish.
Astral modulation.
Fury boils. Not bad, huh? Silence. Inferno. You're wide open. Unstop. Lend me your power. Don't you worry. I can take it.
Fell from the soul.
Maybe I missed the hair in there.
You're the match.
Did I miss the fallacy?
As you wish.
Loading.
I think I forgot to use the fallacy. That's why we're missing like a couple hundred on the ticks. But yeah, this is 17K. That's crazy, bro.
Lend me your burn to ashes. Ready for battle. Fear no more. I can take it. Till my last breath. Till my last breath.
I think he's dead, but yeah, you guys get the memo. This is
Inferno. Let's do this another.
against a slightly less annoying boss. Yeah, bro's gonna pop off. But I just think the Dragon of Dirge, without a doubt, is one of the more annoying bosses in the game.
Silence. You're wide open. Unstop.
Yeah, there we go. Solid stuff. Very strong. Very strong. Probably do a couple more runs. You can get that down in 2 rotations. Pretty easily can get that done in 2 rotations. So yeah, probably like a sub 1 minute clear with that build. Easily a sub 1 minute build with that clear. All right, I see it. That's a strong Geon for sure. Can we see the SK sequences? Ooh, wait. Is that an S2 SK? Is that an S2 SK? Uh-oh. All right, never mind. It's cosmetic. It's all fake. It's all fake. Not his Clears don't mean anything. He's just a fucking cheater. I fucking knew it. Yeah, he doesn't actually. No, that Gion is not even good. The Gion's not even good, guys. Never mind. It's fucking dog shit. Fucking horrible. It's just S2 SK's 40% attack doing everything. Oh, what a fucking baiter. Oh my gosh. I don't even want to try your Zani team now. You fucking baited me, bro. Oh man. Oh man. You fucking bait. I got fucking baited. Holy shit. Bro's like, oh, my Gion is so good. But then neglected to say that his SK was fucking S2. This is like stolen valor, bro. It's literally stolen valor. Well, that's that. To be fair, you didn't check his SK because he used the Gion team with the SK, and so I thought it was an S0 SK. It's like having 2.4k attack with a 3-cost attack on your build. True. Yep. It's just like that. All right, but yeah, I'm gonna be real. I'm not gonna let the S2 SK detract from the fact that the builds are actually very good. I think the only thing is that he's missing like a couple characters like Brant and Rosia. I guess he's just too scared to actually really grind for echoes because those units are absolutely crazy. Yeah, he's probably too scared to pull a Brant or a Rosia because he knows that he'll actually have to work to have good builds on those units, and he probably doesn't want to go through the experience. But yeah, I would say overall, great account. Great account. Did get baited by the S2 SK, but I mean, it's still very, very solid stuff overall. And the Moonlit build that he's like sharing across everybody does seem to actually be very good. But yeah, pull String Master to just, I guess, complete the entire experience. But yeah, that'll be that one.